Today I will show you how to make these crazy pixelated rotobrush effects. Yo, it's Povikas here, and let's begin. Alright guys, so here I have a clip of Lil Tecca from his Awa Awa music video, and here what we can do is duplicate his layer by pressing Ctrl D, like you know, the clip layer of Lil Tecca. For you it can be anything, don't worry, it doesn't have to be Lil Tecca. And what we can do now is right click on the clip, press pre-compose, and here we can call it Rotobrush layer. And then press on move all attributes into new composition, press OK, and now we need to double press here, and here we need to double press again on the clip. And now we just need to rotobrush the clip. I mean, you probably know how to rotobrush. If you don't know how to rotobrush, there are plenty of tutorials on YouTube, so make sure to search them up. But basically you just need to draw on top of your character or your other object or whatever you want to have the effect on. So I will be back when I'm done rotobrushing the character. Alright guys, so once you're done rotobrushing, you know, all of the frames, you should probably press freeze and then go out of there, go back to your, roto layer or whatever, and go back to the pixel cutout. Here we basically have it like this. Now if you turn off the background layer, it will look like that. So yeah, that's pretty cool. We just rotobrushed, woohoo, the hard part done. Now the easy part. So the effect to make this whole like pixelated, particle look is called card dance. Now you can also add CC ball action, but that's gonna be way more difficult to make this look good, so I would just recommend to add card dance. And what I like to do here is I like to go to gradient layer 1 and I like to click on the rotobrush layer, This is very important actually. These both have to match the layer you're on. So yeah, just an important part. And here I like to go to the rows and then the columns, and I like to make them the same amount. So for the first variation, I guess we could make this to like 550 and the columns to 550. The bigger the number, the more pixelated it will look like. And the most important place to go to is Z position, and here we can select the source to, I guess I like intensity 1, and you will already start to see this, but what you can do here is make the offset maybe like 1.5 to make it a bit higher. Let's make the multiplier a bit higher, maybe 1.6. Both of these numbers should be pretty similar, because if you make the offset higher, like the whole thing goes up. But if you also made multiplier higher, then it would just stay kind of in the place, but there would be more pixels. So yeah, you kind of have like this crazy pixelated effect. Now maybe we should make it a bit lower, so we can make it like 1.6 maybe, but then also on the offset we will make it to 1.6. And another effect like that here is deep glow, either deep glow 1 or deep glow 2, so I'm gonna add deep glow 2. Now this is a plugin, so sadly, yeah, you do need to have a plugin, so boohoo. But if you have this plugin, then I recommend to add it because I like having more glow in here. I like to make the radius to 500 and the exposure like 0.28 maybe. I'm gonna make it a bit lower actually. And if you turn off the background layer, you will have this crazy effect, but there's a bunch of different variations you can do on the card dance effect. Things I like to do is I like to go to intensity 1, and actually I like to make it to intensity H slope 1 sometimes. Now this will look like that. That is amazingly cool. As you saw, this was also at the intro. You can use rows and columns like that. You can make them a bit higher if you want. We can make the rows actually even smaller, like 350, and the columns like 350 as well. It will look like that, and I can show you how else I like to use this effect. So here I had like a clip of Lil Tecca just walking like this, but I added this effect like this, and it looks insanely cool. And you can see the settings here. I just made the columns 5 high, 5 5, and C position I made it multiplier to 3.1 and the offset to 4.3. So I made the offset a bit higher here, and I also have this like very simple, like very tiny change. So I made the multiplier just a little bit and the offset a little bit. So yeah, you can do whatever you want. This effect is really cool. You should definitely mess around a lot with this effect. There's so much more you can do. You can change around a lot of these sources and much more. But yeah guys, hopefully you found this video helpful. Thank you for the persons who suggested this. But yeah, anyways, that's about it for the video. Again, if you have any questions, then please let me know. But anyways, it was fun. Have a fun and productive day. See ya.